Rev up your engines. Okay, would you buy a Toyota Solara convertible that looked like this? This guy did, and I'm going to show you why it was a smart move. This is a 2002 Solara. They made them for 9 years and sold in the United States, and they stopped making them. But he got this thing for $5,500. It only had 62,000 miles. He bought it years ago. Now it's got like 90,000 miles on it. It had been wrecked and a guy had fixed it. But the guy did a pretty good job fixing it. And he is now in the process of wrapping it. You can see he's wrapped this. And he's going to wrap the rest of it. Now he bought a wrap kit from Amazon for like $700. And he says he's in it maybe $800, $850 with all the other stuff that he's done to it. And when he's done, it'll probably look really good. He just has to do the hood. But I'll tell you one thing about wraps. They last a certain period of time and then they fade away. But for the money that he's spending, hey, it's not a bad deal. You price what it costs to really paint a car, you're talking $3,000 to $6,000 to get it done correctly. So, if you don't mind putting the time in like he did, hey, fades away, do it again in 5 years' time. That's, that's up to you. But as for the car, you might wonder how these extremely reliable convertibles failed after 9 years. If you look at it, these are basically Toyota Camrys, right? Originally they came out, they were just sedans, but then they decided we're going to make a convertible, and a lot of people liked them. But the way the trends of the car business go, everybody started to want SUVs, not sedans, and convertibles are becoming less and less popular. There's certain people who want them and certain people who don't want them. Especially up north in the winter, they're colder. When you drive on the highway a lot, you hear a lot of noise. If you've never been in a rag top, and this is a rag top, you can see it's all fiber. When you're driving down the road and an 18-wheeler goes by, it sounds like they're in your back seat coming at you. A lot of people don't like that. But they stopped making them because of that. People want SUVs. They're not that enamored of convertibles. And really, the price point, this is a fancy Camry. Hence, they cost a lot more than the Camrys did. And they just kind of faded away. Now this particular one was made in Canada, and they do a very good job making cars in Canada. There was nothing wrong with these cars. Now, some of the earlier ones did have leaky power steering racks. We had to replace the power steering rack, but I mean, that's no reason not to buy a car, which is bad seals, and you could either get a remanufactured one or a used one or brand new one if you wanted to spend more. It wasn't a reason not to buy a car. Because when we look under the hood, it's got a Toyota Camry V6 engine. This is a 3-liter V6. It's the same engine my wife's Lexus ES300 has. And even though it has a rubber timing belt, he changed it because of age. This is not an interference engine. If you were driving down the road and that timing belt broke, the car would stop running. But it wouldn't damage the engine whatsoever. On some of the later model ones, they did have an interference engine with the rubber timing belt, but then Toyota went back to timing chains. You didn't have to think about it. But this is a non-interference engine, so even if the stupid belt broke, it would not damage your engine. These things can basically run forever. And since this thing's only got like 90,000 miles on it, it's going to go a really long time. If you can pick up a convertible like this for the money that he paid, hey, with that low mileage, I would definitely say jump on it. This thing still has most original everything. The AC still blows cold, right? It's basically a Toyota Camry with a convertible top. As far as I'm concerned, it's one of the most perfect convertibles ever built, but a lot of people, convertible, they think sports car, they want to be sporty. This is indeed a Toyota Camry. It's not a sporty car, right? The handling of it leaves much to be desired. They run perfectly fine, but they're not tight cornering. They're a little on the sloppy side. That's why they came out with the fancy Camry a few years ago, where you could get the racing Camry. It had the same speed, same engine and everything, but it had an upgraded suspension so you could ride it, and it had much tighter steering on it. This is just the old-fashioned Camry front end that it'll go forever, but it's not a racing car, and so people that try to race around with it, they're going to get themselves in trouble because the handling isn't tight like a race car. It's smoother. So, you know, you want a smooth riding convertible and you're not a maniac, a car like this would be perfect for you. He did a pretty good job wrapping. He said it took him many hours to work on it. You can see this is coming off a little here because somebody had repainted this with the wrong kind of paint that's not sticking on here. That's why that's like that. But the rest of it It looks nice. And since it's convertible, he didn't have to do the top. And you can see, even though this is Rhode Island, hey, the wheels are still in really good shape. These aren't the original wheels, these are aftermarkets, but he's had the car for years, and this came with the previous owner and put them on. Now I'm going to show you how easy it is for the top. Look at that. It even gets into my garage. As you can see, the driver's seat, the leather is indeed coming apart, just like my wife had a Toyota Cressida. And just like this, the seat came apart. He's actually buying a whole seat. He doesn't want to just put a cover. He's going to buy a whole seat for it. But as you can see, being a convertible, this was probably mainly driven by one person throughout its history. The back seats have no wear whatsoever, and the passenger does neither. It's like a one-driver car. And basically a Toyota Camry. It has a transmission that is automatic and is completely dependable. Not a racing transmission, but it will go forever with just minor fluid changes. So let's get my big computer on and see how this thing's held up over the last 23 years. Here we go with the giant fancy diagnostics. We'll do auto detect. Okay, now it does a basic topology because it's an older car, so we'll go through it all. While it's going through it, you can see the dash is still in excellent shape, except the seats are still in excellent shape. Even the rug's in good shape. Look, it's the original Solara carpeting. It's a 6-disc CD changer. And yes, this was a luxury car at the time. So it also has a tape deck. And you think, why on earth does it have a tape deck? Well, because they realized back in the day, some business people used tape decks for business meetings and for business training. So they kept these tape decks for quite some time. Right? There's no USB plug. You're going to have to stick your own on this. No surprise, since it's just a rebadged Camry with a convertible top, it has no codes whatsoever. Try this with an American car, or a German car, even worse. So let's look at a little bit of the data. We'll look at live data. We'll start her up. Here we go, remember, black's good, red's bad. Look at the short-term fuel trim. Minus 0.03. That means that it is 0.03% off of perfect on a car this old. They don't make them like they used to, let's just say it. Leave it at that. Fuel trim, okay, it's going between minus 0.03. Well, it's staying there now, so it's about the same, right? It's crazy. It's just crazy how well built these things are. There's the fuel trim, 99.16. 100's perfect, so it's not off too much either. No misfires, of course. And as to be expected, this thing is in insane shape. As far as I'm concerned, it's not even broken in yet, because, I mean, let's face the facts. It's only got 89,926 miles on it. Backup camera, but you could pull one in if you really wanted to. I personally wouldn't worry about it. You can see how smooth it is. And here we go for a road test. Now for an old car in these bumpy out Rhode Island roads, we'll see how that goes, and not bad. Now you hear a noise in the back, but that's because he removed the sway bar to do some work and he hasn't put it back on yet. So you're gonna get noise. The sway bar does serve a purpose back there, and one of it is to keep it from making all that noise because it's not there. Now we wait for the traffic to go by, and as you can see, smooth V6 acceleration. That's what made these cars. Putting it to 4-cylinder cars was a mistake as far as I'm concerned. And really, I mean, hey, this still is a smooth, luxurious car with its wood trims still intact. Now really, there's nothing to complain about this car. As the owner said, if you could drive a car that only cost you $1,000 to $2,000 a year to own it, you're making out like a bandit. And to drive a nice car like this, even doubly so. The only problem is the odds are very slim that you're going to find a car like this like he did with like 45,000 miles for the small amount of money that he paid. But still, these things are good for 200,000 to 300,000 miles or even more. They'll be a lot more worn, but something like this, if you can find one, especially being a ragtop, even if you don't want it, you get a price like that, buy it. And you'll have people fighting over you. You can auction it off on eBay and make a lot more money. Toyota, the AC still blowing, nice and cool. I mean, what can you ask for? It's a shame they don't make these cars anymore. But let's face the facts, Toyota's not a convertible company. Most companies don't sell that many convertibles. Most don't sell any anymore. But if you're looking for one, you can find one of these. Hey, Believe you me, it will last a long time. And being basically a Toyota Camry, getting parts for older ones is nothing. You get them on Amazon, you get them on eBay, you get them all over the place because they're a very common car and they share all kinds of stuff with other Toyota models. So now you know a little bit more about Toyota Solaras and how if you can find a convertible like this in that kind of shape, snap it up. Maybe you don't want to wrap it yourself. Have somebody else wrap it, right? Or get it painted, whatever you want. For that kind of money, for a car that doesn't break down much, I would take this over any brand new one, let me tell you. Because I know the technology that's in this can last forever, and it doesn't have turbos. It doesn't have GDI injectors with 1,500 to 2,500 PSI pressure. Got regular injectors, they're only like 45 PSI. Everything's going to last longer, and for a little bit better gas mileage of the modern cars, I'd take one of these things and drive it for 20 or 30 years versus when that technology breaks down, it's kind of like your phone. Oh, my phone broke, I guess I'll go buy another one. Well, with the average new car being almost 50 grand, and he paid about 1/10 of it for that thing, and it's 10 times the car, the new one, there's no questions that that's what I'd buy. If you can find one, hey, and to tell you the truth, even back then, Toyota knew how to rust-proof their cars, right? This is a Rhode Island car. It's not rusted. Toyota knew how to rust-proof them even back then. Sometimes you can even go back to 99 Toyotas don't have any rust on them. Toyota knows how to rust-proof cars. If this had been an American car or German car, it would be all rusted out. But this one is. But that said, no matter what kind of car you're looking at, if you're looking at it up north, jack it up in the air and see if it's rusty. You never know. They could have been wrecked, the coating could have come off, and now they're all rotting away. Salt destroys cars. But this one, hey, it hasn't been touched. Now, if it would have had the original wheels, I guarantee you they would have had corrosion on them. But these are aftermarket wheels, but they're over 5 years old. They still look pretty good, so they did a good job with the aftermarket wheels. Like I said, if you can find a car like this for that kind of money, jump on it. Whether it's a sedan or a convertible, just realize one thing. If it is a sedan, pay even less. Because convertibles always have a little bit higher resale value. The hardtops, it's just like a Toyota Camry. It's not going to go for much money. But for a convertible in that price range, hey, you're looking for one? Start looking for a Solara. If you can find one that doesn't have 500,000 miles on it. So if you never want to miss another one of my new car repair videos, remember to ring that bell.